Most people do it without thinking. They grab a loaf of bread, slide it into a plastic bag, and toss it in the freezer. It seems harmless. In fact, it seems smart. But what if I told you this common habit, something done in millions of homes across the world, could actually be dangerous? Even fatal. Stay with me, because by the end of this video, you'll know the chilling truth about freezing bread and the one mistake you must avoid to keep your family safe. Before we begin, please subscribe to our channel. And at the end of the video, if you liked it, please like and share and comment. It started with a phone call. An elderly woman named Clara had been found unconscious in her kitchen. She was rushed to the hospital and doctors were baffled. She hadn't fallen. There were no signs of trauma, no heart attack, no stroke. But something was seriously wrong. Her breathing was shallow, her pulse erratic. Within hours, Clara's son arrived at the hospital. He told doctors about her diet, mostly simple meals, nothing unusual. But then he mentioned something that caught their attention. She freezes her bread, always has. Every week she takes a few slices out, toasts them, and eats them with jam. That was the first clue. Freezing bread isn't dangerous in itself. In fact, it can be a great way to reduce waste and save money. But how you freeze it, that's where the problem begins. Because most people do exactly what Clara did. They buy a loaf from the store, leave it in the plastic bag it came in, and toss it straight into the freezer. It's fast, convenient, but potentially deadly. Why? The answer lies in something you've probably never thought about. Mycotoxins. Let's take a step back. Bread, especially store-bought varieties, is highly susceptible to mold. You can't always see the mold, but it's there, lurking, microscopic, on the surface, and sometimes even inside the loaf. When bread is left out too long before freezing, or worse, when it's already starting to go stale, it can harbor invisible mold spores. Here's the catch. Freezing doesn't kill mold. It only slows it down. So when you freeze bread that already has mold spores, you're just putting them in a kind of hibernation. The moment that bread is defrosted, the mold wakes up, and sometimes faster than before. But it gets worse. When certain types of mold grow, they produce toxic substances called mycotoxins. One of the most dangerous is aflatoxin, a known carcinogen that's been linked to liver damage and, in high doses, even death. Now you might think, I'd never eat moldy bread. But here's the terrifying part. You can't always see or smell the mold before the toxins have already formed. In other words, you could be toasting a slice, spreading some butter, taking a bite, and ingesting harmful toxins without knowing it. Just like Clara. When doctors ran blood tests on Clara, they found high levels of mycotoxins in her system. Her body had gone into shock. Her liver was inflamed. Her immune system compromised. It took days of treatment, IV fluids, and medication to stabilize her. Fortunately, Clara survived. But not everyone is that lucky, especially the elderly, children, and anyone with a weakened immune system. All because of one simple habit, freezing bread the wrong way. So how do you protect yourself and your loved ones? It's not about avoiding frozen bread altogether. It's about following these critical safety steps. Step number 1, freeze fresh. Only freeze bread that's fresh. Don't wait until it's close to the expiration date. The longer bread sits out, the higher the risk of invisible mold spores forming. Step number 2, never use store packaging. The plastic bags that store-bought bread comes in are not freezer safe. They allow moisture to seep in, leading to freezer burn, and worse, creating the perfect environment for mold to survive. Instead, use freezer-safe, airtight bags or containers. You can also wrap slices in wax paper or foil before bagging them up. Step number 3, slice before freezing. Freeze bread in individual slices, not as a whole loaf. This allows you to take out what you need without constantly defrosting and refreezing, which promotes bacterial and mold growth. Step number 4. Label and date it. Always label your frozen bread with the date it was frozen. Don't keep it in the freezer longer than 3 months. Step number 5. Defrost carefully. Never leave bread on the counter to thaw for hours. Instead, toast it straight from the freezer or defrost in a clean microwave or oven. Room temperature thawing gives mold the perfect conditions to multiply rapidly. Clara's story is rare, but not unheard of. There are thousands of cases reported each year of people getting sick from foodborne toxins, many of which come from seemingly innocent habits like improperly stored bread. The truth is, we've been trained to trust convenience. To freeze leftovers, toss bread in a bag, and save for later. But without knowing the risks, we're playing a dangerous game. Around the world, bread waste is a growing issue. Nearly 900,000 tons of bread are wasted each year in the US alone. Freezing it helps, but only if it's done correctly. In countries with warmer climates, mold develops faster, and improperly frozen bread becomes a ticking time bomb for bacteria and toxin exposure. That's why food safety experts are now sounding the alarm, educating families, schools, and even bakeries about the proper way to handle and freeze bread. Because what you don't know can hurt you. So, what can you take away from this? It's simple. Freezing bread isn't the enemy, ignoring the details is. Just like Clara, many people don't realize their mistake until it's too late. But now you know. You know the number one mistake everyone makes and how to avoid it. So next time you reach for that loaf of bread, take a second to think, is it still fresh? Is it packaged properly? Will you remember to label and store it safely? Because protecting your home starts with something as simple as a slice of bread. If this video helped you learn something new, consider sharing it with a friend. You never know whose life it might save. And for more eye-opening tips to keep your home and health safe, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell icon. Until next time, stay curious, stay safe.